Hello, my name is Kiriath, and today we are going to take a look at the third Warhammer preview, Warhammer Preview 3 Revenge of the Preview, as they called it, and it's technically still going on, they're just doing the brief recap, which we don't need, because I just saw it all, and it is available on the Warhammer community site. And we're going to go in reverse order, because that way we get the made-to-order stuff and the 40k stuff before the rest of the stuff. Works. It works. The system works. Okay, so these were the last reveals. There's some brand new made-to-order stuff. There is this Sisters of Battle Sister Tariana Palos, which is based on artwork from one of the previous codexes. Now, I cannot remember exactly which codex it was, but one of the previous Sisters of Battle codexes had basically this image on the cover, and the model has been based off that. It's one of the made-to-order ones, which they're doing instead of the event-exclusive ones, so that you can actually get hold of them, given there's no events. I really like this. I think it looks great. Some good scar work on the face there, like near the eye. Looks cool. There's also this dopey, derpy idiot, but we don't really care about him. The arms just are so janky on this guy. They're so high up. What is going, Anyway, we've done a whole video about that guy. We don't need to cover it again. I'll link it in the description in case you haven't seen it. The important bit is the Sister of Battle. So, yeah, okay, we've got Lexicon and Varus, Terminator Librarian. Cool that he's not Primaris, which I said at the time, but I don't know, he just looks really weird. Instead, I'm excited about Sister Tariana Palos, who just looks quality. I really like this. I mean, when you look at it next to the album artwork, it's not identical. It doesn't need to be identical. It still looks good. The face is a little bit different, but I like the faithfulness in terms of the scar going down the side by the eye, the one across the nose. The pose is really cool. I like the fact that they've kept some of the decoration on the shins of the armor. That looks really good. I do like this. I like this a lot. I will say that it's only when you see purity seals on models next to purity seals in pictures that you realise just how chunky purity seals are in plastic, which, to be honest, is not to be unexpected. You can't make something that's literally paper thin in plastic. It would simply snap constantly and be a royal pain in the arse in literally every way. But putting them next to each other, a little part of me was like, wow, though, that paper's thick. But you know what? Just one of those things. Not going to complain about that, because the rest of the model I really like. It's a really cool kind of reproduction / reference of that cover. Same thing with the symbol hanging off the leg. Chunky, but still cool. Still like it. There's some nice close-ups here as well. Yeah, I like this model a lot. I do like it. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty good. Okay, so I mean, you can apparently if you get both as well. Essentially the shipping becomes free. So that's cool. I mean, I'm not at all bothered by the Terminator Librarian, but if you plan to pick up both of them, then that's a nice way to do it, I think. A nice way to do it. Okay, so we also had Hammers, Bolters, and Fleur-de-Lis, so they talked about the next, one of the Warhammer Storyforge projects, part of Hammer and Bolter Episode 2, which, again, is Sisters of Battle, so a nice look at those. Some cool character design stuff. And given that we waited so long for Sisters of Battle to actually come back as an army, to have new stuff, they now are cropping up everywhere, which I am not going to complain about. It feels like someone suddenly went, oh yeah, these exist, should we do something with them? And then everyone else went, yeah, it turns out they're pretty cool, yeah, let's do it. So now we've got an entire animated episode of Hammer and Bolter centered around the Sisters of Battle. I'm not going to complain about that, it's good. Okay, now, Psychic Awakening Pariah. Disappointed at first, because there was no nod towards Necron Pariahs or any of that, and it was like, oh well, come on, it's okay, Stern is fine, but where's our robotic lads that we love? Well, it turns out that one of them's coming back. So let's have a quick look at this. Or let's not have a quick look at this because it's broken. It's fine. We'll just watch it like this. Never mind.
Silence has fallen.
Yeah, so there. Also, there was a third hole in the skull there.
As the universe prepares for death.
Bit grim, as you'd expect.
Our darkest hour grows ever darker. And in the battle ahead, there will be no blood to mark our passage. nothing. Just the husks of men and women reduced to nothing. We must marshal what strength remains. We must trust in the armor of faith. We must deafen the stars with our wrath. Lest we fail, and humanity falls to a final silence.
Doesn't sound good, does it? So, did you see who that was? I'm assuming you saw who that was. She looks cool. But not as cool as that. Oh. Alright, fine. Shut up. Shut up. I've got to see him. Oh, look at him. So, Illuminor Szeras. We talked about this, like, what, last year or something? I don't even know when it was. About Illuminor Szeras getting a new model on a massive base. That is a Dreadnought base. So that is a chunky model. Not only is it a chunky model, look at it. Look at it. I mean, compare that to the old one. It's obscene how much better that looks. It looks so cool. It's been ages since Necrons have had a new model. And then you get that. It is crazy how awesome that is. So, Szeras has returned. He's looking distinctly more buff than once he did. Got a bigger base, bigger legs, bigger body, bigger literally everything. And doing a bit of investigation into pariahs by the sounds of it. So that's nice. Who knows what that could lead to? I think that is probably some sort of like a Primaris Psyker maybe, or perhaps a Navigator of some kind. Someone is getting absolutely mullered by Szeras there. He looks so creepy and alien. Like the legs look really cool. You can see there's like the 4 arms there, one of which has got a weird contraption around it that goes up to like a weird sort of thing on his shoulder. There's little mandibles and cutting things. The beam coming out of the staff into that lad on the floor looks solid. I like the little baby scarab on the base there. That's cool. I mean, you can just tell by the size of the dude that he is currently annihilating. That is a flipping big model. That is chunky. That is a chunky boy all of a sudden. It looks so alien and weird. I absolutely love it. There is literally no part of this I don't like. This is one of those I need it just to own it models. Even if I had no intention of ever doing any sort of Necron army at all, I would still have this because it's that good. It's, oh god, he's so creepy and weird and otherworldly and alien and properly, like, that's a properly terrifying Necron model there. That's one of those really cool ones because it is incomprehensible. It is so nothing like the guy that he's attacking. You know, you can at least sort of have a vague sort of relatable thing to, like, Necrons, they are at least like metal skeletons. There's at least some sort of like humanity / mortality kind of feel to them, at least a little bit. What the hell is going on? There's 4 arms, there's 4 legs, he's got a single eye, there's weird machinery coming out of him, he's cutting a guy open whilst absorbing his blood by the look of things. Oh, it's so weird. I love it. It's so good. And the thing is, it's like that's not even the start, like the only thing. So Szeras has been upgraded with some nifty new abilities, including one that works against Psykers. So, Empiric Overcharger. When a Psychic test is taken for an enemy Psyker within 9 inches of this model, that enemy Psyker suffers Flare of the Warp on any dice roll that includes a double instead of only a double 1 or double 6. I like that. That's a cool, fun ability. And the thing is, it's not just Szeras. Out of this announcement, it's not just Szeras I love. Inquisitor Kyria Draxus, I'm assuming that's how you pronounce that. I love this model. I mean, for a start, this is ripe for so many conversions, so many kit bashes, it's unreal. One of the first things that I thought was, oh, you could make quite a nice Emperor's Children HQ out of that, because you could make an Emperor's Children HQ out of literally every model that Games Workshop make, if you really want to. But this one, I mean, for a start, a radical Ordo Xenos Inquisitor who just has a full-on who's just carrying an Eldar Shuriken catapult, just carrying it openly. Like, what are you going to do about it? That's badass. Sticking a purity seal on it, which I love. You'll notice, no purity seals anywhere else on this lass. There's none on the armour, there's none on the cloak, there's none on the, I don't even know what animal is on her shoulder. Like the skull, some sort of, obviously some sort of alien, not sure which type. No purity sealed anywhere other than on the full-on just Eldar weapon that she's carrying. What an absolute mad lass. Love it. Also got a weird little dragon pet. And a power fist. I love it. Like, the shape of the armour is so, like... It's so much more kind of rounded and refined than a lot of power armour. It's properly personalised. It really highlights the fact that Inquisitors, essentially, they get what they want. They want a thing, you give them the thing. That's how that works. The only person that can really have a go at it is other Inquisitors. And, yeah, I really like this model. I really do. There's so much you can do with it. It can be used as a base for God knows how many other Inquisitors if you wanted to. And just as a standalone thing, I really like it. I think I'd probably want a head with some hair on it, but that's just personal preference. No, that's not true. I'd want a helmet rather than a bare head. I tell a lie. The hair's got nothing to do with it. I'd want a helmet on it. But outside of that, that's my standard complaint anyway. You all know that. That's my standard thing with every model I ever see. It's like, well, everything's perfect. I just put a helmet on instead. And then it's like more perfect than it already was. I love this thing. It looks great. But seriously though, what the hell? What an upgrade. What an absolute upgrade for Illuminor Szeras. I still like the fact that rumour we talked about, like, I don't know how long ago now, turned out to be absolutely true. Base size and everything. God. Animal. Absolute animal. Anyway, let's move on. Let's go on. I love it. The purity seal on the gun is the funniest part of that model, by far. It's fine now. It's got a purity seal. What more do you want? Leave me alone. Okay. Saul Tarvitz has finally got a model. My poor precious boy. He was too pure for this world, Saul Tarvitz. He saw what was happening to the rest of the Emperor's children, and he was not on board. And he paid the price for it. I love it. I just love the fact he's got a model. Like, even if the model was gash, which I don't think this one is, I would still just be happy he got one. Getting the recognition he deserves. He was like, what, full-on loyalist. Whilst the rest of the Legion were descending into depravity, Saul Tarvitz was like, no, I'm not having this. No. None of this massacre nonsense. I'm going to sort this shit out. He stood up for himself. He also got absolutely wasted and virus bombed into oblivion, but what can you do? They did bring up the idea of having Saul Tarvitz as like, maybe he didn't get virus bombed and he's leading like a ragtag group of Emperor's children, like loyalist Emperor's children, or like from other legions, and managed to pull them together. That's a terrible idea in that I like it a lot, and I don't want to do that, but I also do now. I'm just happy he's got a model. Too pure for this world, Saul. You did your best. You did your best, but, what can you do? Okay, so this is guaranteed to set off the copyright bot. I'm not clicking that because that will get this video blocked worldwide. I just know it will. I'm sure they've used that music before and it's wrecked me. So, Blood Bowl has got a new team, and it is Snotlings. It is Snotlings. I don't play Blood Bowl. I'm not going to get them because I don't play Blood Bowl and there's nothing else I could use them for. But the quality. So you've got a dude with a little helmet on. They're carrying mushrooms as they would. One of them has got a single, like, human-sized sock on his foot. One of the other lads has got the other sock on his head. You've got a dude on stilts, and then and then you've got the weaponized wagon. Just throwing rocks, hitting people with pans, and the slingshot on the top. I love this. This is one of those moments where I didn't have the chat open for most of the preview because sometimes the chat can be somewhere between terrible and actually just complete trash. But I did open it up briefly just to see what the Blood Bowl community reaction was, to see if there are any people in the chat who were, big Blood Bowl players, and everyone went mental. They were just like, yes, 100% yes, give me that right now. They are they're so good. They're so appropriate for Blood Bowl. They really are. The number of people who are like, they're going to be useless, but I'm going to buy them anyway. I 100% support that kind of decision making. I mean, I think they were described as like halfling. If you thought halflings were too easy to win with, you should do Snotlings. From what I gather, halflings are like terrible. So I'm assuming these guys are just borderline useless, but you play them anyway because, I mean, look at them. There's a dude with a sock on his head. Why would you not play that team? It's great. Oh, God. Okay, let's move on. So, Elves of the 8 points. Okay, so there's a new Warcry warband, another new Warcry warband. So we've had Daughters of Cain, we've had Deep Sea Elves, we've got the classic elves. Now there's a new Warcry warband, which is the Cainite Shadow Stalkers. So they're not even like Chaos warband. They're like actual. They look solid. Like look at that. That is a cool model. That is a really cool model. The helmet especially I really like. Like the face mask is really cool. The cloak situation where it seems to be turning into something else as it goes round is a little strange and a little hard to get your head round. I think I like it. I'm just not entirely sure what's going on, whether it's like kind of fluid shadow that comes out of the cape or whether it's something else entirely. It's very difficult to tell, but the models themselves I really like. Now there's only 3 that they've shown off. It's going to be a full warband obviously, but I mean that is a strong start for me. And by the way, if you're absolutely desperate for stuff to kit bash Drukhari out of, then I mean look no further. 2 repeating crossbows on this dude. 100% approve of that. I mean two repeating crossbows. That's some proper like fantasy novel nonsense. Excellent trouser wear there as well. Excellent trouser wear. I mean, there's more skin than actual fabric there. You could say, what's the point? But no. Yeah, see, this is the thing. It's almost like the cloaks are kind of magical shadow extendy things, which I do quite like. I think it's just going to be a case of working out how to paint them, you know? But I do like the models. The models do look good. But then again, Warcry is a absolutely a solid range for Games Workshop. You know, even the Warcry warbands that I'm not a big fan of, they don't look bad. They're just ones that I prefer more than others. I don't think there's any Warcry warband where I look at it and go, oh, that looks terrible. It just doesn't happen. It's just another good-looking warband by the look of things. Okay. We also have a new Lumineth Realm-lord character. Now this may as well be called, like, Painter's Despair. So this is a magic user, obviously. Look at the face on that. They've sculpted the veil over the face. Like, how are you supposed to paint that? Come on now. Like, this is all very well, like, pushing contrast. Can you paint that face with contrast? Like, I'd attempt it. I don't know if it'd go well. I'd give it a go, but it's impressive. It looks good, don't get me wrong, but painting that looks like it'd be an absolute flipping nightmare. It'd be terrible. I don't even know that I'd want to attempt it. I'd just be like, all right, it's now not a see-through veil. It's just cloth. She's just got a white cloth on her head. That's how I've done it. I don't know how to even go about tackling that. It's just, it looks cool, but it's so, yeah. Oh. Also, another character standing on a rock. Could have maybe done without the rock there. Not gonna lie. There are some cool touches. I mean, the headdress on this is mental. It like arches out from the back, and then it's super weird. You got the big bowl of I'm not even sure what those are. Like orb delights, smoking orb delights. Who knows? It is a cool model. It is. It definitely is. But how do you even go about painting that thing? What is going on there? Nightmare. Okay, and I think was this the first announcement? So Ascension, yeah, this was surprising to me. So Blackstone Fortress, this is like the grand finale. By the look of things, this is the this is the end of it? People were asking, oh, is there going to be no more? Is going to be no more Blackstone Fortress stuff? And I didn't see any answer from them. Kind of either way, whether they're affirming it or whether they're denying it. But if you're a Blackstone Fortress player, this looks like it might be the last expansion pack for it. As you can see, the Chaos Lord guy that, from what I gather, you kill partway through, he's on the cover of this. So, and the trailer, which again had music that I recognised, which will most likely get the video balked, which I'm fed up having to deal with. There's like a moment of the narrator going, You're still alive? No! That sort of thing. So I'm assuming he is not, in fact, gone, as you might have thought he was. So, yeah, I'm surprised. I really would have thought they'd keep pushing that, but maybe it's going to pave the way for another Warhammer quest, you know? But what you get out of this is the Guardian drones, which are massive drones. So they're like the Spindle drones, but way bigger. Way bigger. I mean, you can see him holding a Spindle drone there. They are chunky lads. I really, really like them. And like the other stuff in Blackstone Fortress, they will be coming with rules for 40k, so that's cool. Like, if you want to use them in 40k, you will be able to, which I really like that. I don't know what excuse you'd use. Maybe they escaped out of a Blackstone Fortress. Who knows? Who knows why they'd show up? But I love the design of the Spindle drones to begin with. So, like, just bigger versions of them, like bigger, chunkier versions, I'm not going to complain about. I think they look cool. They're like weird and alien and freaky and yeah, liking it a lot. I think, oh no, sorry, I forgot. There's oh, it's great. So yeah, more Gargants, but they're even bigger. Like, oh my god, that is a normal Gargant, and then that's the size of the new, like, Mega-Gargant. There's the Gatebreaker, the Wall Stomper, and the Kraken Eater. So again, that rumour we got a while back about there being a new race of like Imperial Knight style giants in Age of Sigmar that could be taken with any faction, which these guys can. They can be allied with any other army. Spot on. So yeah, the guy who gave me that stuff proved to be correct with everything. This is all one kit, by the way. This is one kit. Just the one. Loads of options in this. Like multiple different heads, different poses, different weapons, different like ornaments, and I mean, it's crazy. It is crazy how much variety there is just for one kit with this one. That is a lot of stuff. I mean, it's the fact that it's one kit, but honestly, the first time I saw these, I was like, oh, I'm assuming this is just like, this is 3 separate models then, it's got to be. But no, they said in they did say in the stream, and it's like, oh, and it's the one kit, so you can customize it, you know, to your heart's content. I mean, you really can. You really can. Looking at it, the bits that hold over, you've got the kind of cloth around the feet. It looks like that holds over from each kit. It looks like it's the same each time. Perhaps the armor on the arms? Yeah, okay, so this guy and this guy look to have the same armor on the left arm, like on the left forearm. Although it's different on him. Although I think possibly the armor on the right arm is the same for that guy and for this guy. So there are, you know, there's obviously bits that carry over. I would be surprised if the like upper body wasn't the same on all of them. But it looks like you can kind of... man, I'm really struggling to see where the joins are, I guess. Like, exactly where they... Oh, hang on. That's where the join is, I think. Okay, so if you look, they've all got that kind of cord arrangement going from like the top of the stomach down. They've all got something that goes around, like just kind of at the bottom of the rib cage. They all have something that goes around the body all the way around. Now, it's to varying degrees, but I would guess that like the upper chest, kind of up to the neck, probably is going to be the same part, and it depends on how you sit it. Like, it will rotate certain ways to fit the kind of midriff, because the midriff is definitely different on each one. I think that must be where the joint is, and then the legs are all the same, except one of them has got sandals on, so that might be like an extra, like a different foot option that goes on the bottom. It's, I mean, that looks like a solid kit. I'll be really interested to see the sprues for that. Really interested. To have that much variety is really good. But yeah, they look solid. So it can either be their own massive faction, because they're all massive, or they can be put together with like the existing armies as like allies. It's a cool kit. It's a really cool kit. I really like it. They've done a really good job there. Yeah. Oh, that is solid. And that really is it. I somehow forgot about the literally biggest reveal of the day. It's because it was first. It was like, oh my god, the giants are here. Let's go back up. Let's go back up to Illuminor Szeras, because I cannot get enough of that model. Look at that. Look at it. Okay, so those are the reveals from the preview 3. I'll be interested to see what you guys think of this one, whether you thought it was any better than the last one. I personally think it was way better. There was just way more stuff shown off. There was some really cool things. Even if you're not a big fan of like Age of Sigmar or like Blood Bowl or even Blackstone Fortress, I think the actual models themselves that were shown were really solid. They were really cool. Yeah, and Saul Tarvitz getting his own model, finally. He deserves it, the lad. He deserves it. But yeah, I really liked literally everything I saw. Even the stuff I'm not like personally invested in, I thought at least the models were quality. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Feel free to click all the things, Patreon videos, subscribe, all that stuff. Click it if you like, don't click it if you don't want to. And as always, there's an affiliate link in the description for Element Games. Supports the channel. If you buy something, I get something for sending you that way. And yeah, it's just a nice way to support the channel if you would like to. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.